Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, where the Charlotte Independents will take on the Charlotte Eagles here in sunny Charlotte, North Carolina, at Charlotte Christian School, home of two-time MVP Stephen Curry. My name is Stephen Hart, and I am commentating alongside Mike Wazowski tonight. Let's go ahead and jump into the starting lineups.
Absolutely. I'll give you guys' lineup for the Charlotte Independents tonight. We have number 12 at goalkeeper John Berner, number 2 defender Jack Metcalf, number 13 defender Austin Yearwood, number 15 defender Alec Bartlett, number 22 defender Joel Johnson, number 14 midfielder Lewis Hilton, number 16 midfielder Emmanuel Appia, number 10 midfielder Jorge Herrera, number 8 forward Caleb Calvert, number 20 forward Charles Hellman, and number 24 forward Norberto Ochoa. And on the substitute side, number 26 goalkeeper Kyle Renfro, number 3 defender Bilal Duckett, number 4 defender Patrick Slogic, number 9 forward Brian Brown, number 11 midfielder David Estrada, number 19 midfielder Enzo Martinez, and number 21 midfielder Asa Christ. Can we get the lineup for the Charlotte Eagles from you, Stephen?
The lineup for the Charlotte Eagles tonight at goalkeeper Will Pyle. In defense, Macaulay King, Wilfred Williams, Juan Sanchez, Douglas Oliveira. At midfield, Johnny Denton, Jorge Buzo Santi Muar, Marco Micheletto, Tresor, Nebuyo, and Jaime Siege at forward. The substitutes tonight at goalkeeper James Pyle. In defense, Matt Renica. Defense, Kern Page. Midfield, Jared Odenbeck. At midfield, Colin Smith. Forwards, Jordan Smith-Williams and Clovel Denau. And we're off here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, it's going to be a good matchup as the two Charlotte teams go fight each other tonight. In a good matchup. And I want to correct myself. It is actually Chris Hellman. Sorry about that, on the first roster for the Independents. Shot goes wide. Number 22, Joel Johnson with the shot just wide with Will Pyle in goal. The Independents come in at the second in the Eastern Conference of the USL, right behind Louisville City FC. 6-match unbeaten streak with wins with the Richmond Kickers, Charleston Battery, New York Red Bulls, FC Montreal, and ties with the Wilmington Hammerheads and Rochester Rhinos. And so they're flowing right now. And the Eagles are just 2 games into their season with one Open Cup win against Myrtle Beach Mutiny and a regular PDL season win against the Carolina Dynamo. So we'll see how both clubs match up against each other.
Big matchup here tonight in Charlotte. Both teams playing last Wednesday. The Charlotte Independents tying with the Rochester Rhinos.
That's good defense by the Independents. Independents are calling for a goal kick, but the ref says corner kick.
Micheletto in the corner to kick it in for the Eagles.
Put back in the box by Wilfred Williams. Goalkeeper John Berner collects it easily in the box. Distributes it wide to Austin Yearwood. Austin Yearwood is one of those players that played for the Eagles last year. We have 4 former Eagles out there, Jorge Herrera, Bilal Duckett, and Kyle Renfro, that have made their passes through the Eagles organization. So it's nice to see them playing for the Independents and continuing on in their career.
Good to see them happy, healthy, and playing here in Charlotte, North Carolina tonight.
Good win out of the air by the Eagles. Independents bring it down, play it back.
whistle on the field. The Eagles will find themselves with a free kick.
Stephen, definitely early on I could tell that Independence, which is one thing that I was keeping my eye on, is the fitness level, as the Independents have been in season for quite a while and the Eagles are just starting their season out. And so you could definitely see the difference early on as far as fitness and overall organization between the both teams. And so we'll see how the Eagles can handle and see if they can keep this up and trying to keep up with the Independents overall. Cut back.
Definitely, Mike. Definitely. And you see the poise of the Independents, signs that they've been playing together.
Absolutely. Douglas Oliveira kicks it out for the Eagles, and it's a corner kick for the Independents as captain Jorge Herrera is taking the corner. Plays it short.
Moving cross from the Independents. The Eagles are able to clear it out.
Played it out wide to Austin Yearwood. Eagles play it out just to be safe. It's a beautiful night here weather-wise in Charlotte, as it's been rainy for quite a while, but the sun has peaked out in the last few hours and the sun's out for this game tonight. Good atmosphere here with both Independence fans and Eagles fans equal.
Yeah, a lot of people here in the stands tonight here, Mike. Should make for a great matchup.
Yep, the Independents looks like they're just possessing it and just finding a way, just being patient, as they're an older and mature team.
Great enthusiasm here tonight from both sides of the ball. The Independence fans being heard.
Yep, the fan group Jack's Militia is out here tonight. It's good to see them out. You always want to see good group of fans out supporting their team. It's good for Charlotte's. And you want to see people get into soccer here in Charlotte. Ball played into Tresor for the Eagles. Be interesting with the matchup up top with Tresor, with some bigger defenders, and
Tresor being slightly smaller and athletic and quick on his feet.
See how he does on the physicality side of the ball. So he's going probably most of the night against Austin Yearwood, a former Eagle. Austin Yearwood goes out to clear the ball, but it shanks off his foot, giving the Eagles a corner. Marco Micheletto on the corner kick. See if the Eagles can capitalize on this opportunity. Ball in the box. Well done by John Berner for the Independents.
Rerner jumping into traffic to save that one.
Looks like the Eagles are trying to settle in a little bit as well into this game, finding feet, seeing what the Independence has to offer. Good win in the midfield by the Independents.
Independence play back to the goalie to reset. Independence very patient here in this first half.
We're in the 9th minute here in Charlotte, North Carolina. deflection off. Will Pyle collects it with ease.
The Eagles will look to capitalize here, coming out their win against the Dynamo.
Yeah, the Eagles are playing a much tougher test here with the Independents.
Ball out. The Eagles will throw it in. Long ball from the Independents. Whistle on the field.
Good touch inside by Santi Moar. Plays it out wide to Tresor. Blocked by Austin Yearwood.
Good defense from the Charlotte Independents. Austin Yearwood playing outside.
Personally, I've always enjoyed watching Austin play, as he's a young player from High Point University. Really athletic, speedy, can cover a lot of ground.
Some physical play here on the field tonight. The Independents showing some patience here. Good read by the Eagles. No whistle on the field.
As a whistle was called, the head coach for the Eagles, Dave Dixon, is jumping off and saying the referee should have let it go as an advantage to the Eagles, but
Independents cleared out.
great ball to Jorge Herrera. Well done by Douglas Oliveira for the Eagles. Out of bounds on the Eagles. Independence throw in.
Throw in from Joel Johnson. The Eagles played out. Clear out from the Eagles.
Out of bounds on the Eagles. The Eagles are struggling to just connect passes or to clear it well out of the back. Good switch by the Independents. Just like that. The Eagles are making one or two passes but can't connect 3 or 4 passes out of the back. See if they can improve on that going forward. Otherwise, the Independents are going to capitalize on one of the mistakes quick.
And that's exactly what you touched on earlier, Mike. The Eagles having played only 2 games here and the Independents having played 6.
Cleared by Wolford Williams. Clear it out. Let the Eagles get set a little bit.
Beautiful night for soccer here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Coming up on the 14th minute here in this first half. We're at the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup.
Great ball up by the Independents.
Eagles taking on the Charlotte Independents. Score tied at 0-0.
Shot deflected. Cleared by Macaulay King for the Eagles. Austin Yearwood plays it all the way back to John Berner. It's a good touch by Trey Soar.
Great touch from Trey Soar. That's that speed we were talking about earlier.
Absolutely, but like I said, the athletic ability of Austin Yearwood on the other side of the field to shot. Oh my goodness,
goal.
off the post by the... Wow. Was not expecting him to shoot
and the
that.
Charlotte
Jorge
Independents
Buzo
luck
with
out
the
there.
shot. Deflected. John Berner got a glove on it. Tipped off the post. It's a fantastic turn and shot. The Eagles have been pressing for the last minute on the Independents.
Also here on the field.
Good touch by Tresor and Boyu. Tackle by Alec Bartlett in the back. Stuck his foot out a little bit too late. Referee gives him a warning.
Free kick here from the Eagles. They play it simple.
Ball in the box. A little bit too long with Douglas Oliveira. Those balls definitely have to be on the spot against a team like the Independents for the Eagles. Ball played wide.
Long ball over top, out of bounds. The Eagles will throw it in. Macaulay King with the throw in. Ball out of play.
As a comment I made, the interesting fact up top with me was how Tresor could handle the physicality, but he's handled it well. Smaller in stature, but definitely making a presence up top, as his creativity is winning over right now.
His explosiveness of the ball has been evident here tonight.
Jorge Herrera pressuring the ball, forcing the Eagles to play it back.
Goal kick from Will Pyle. Good work out of the ball boys here tonight.
Referee calls offsides on the Eagles. Free kick to the Independents. It's a good flick pass to the outside.
Joel Johnson.
Takes it back to the deflected off the Eagles. It's great
Somehow
stuff by the Independents, sticking in there for Joel Johnson.
manages to split that 2-on-1 defense with a good deflection there from the Eagles. Joel Johnson will throw it in.
It's a great switch by the Independents. These two teams have this is a tough stretch of games between the both of them, as the Eagles are heading to West Virginia actually tonight right after this game to play a game tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So it's definitely a tough decision on the coaches. Who do you play? Who do you want to put on the rosters for the starting game? How much do you want to pour into the Open Cup versus regular season? And so we'll see if they make any adjustments going in the second half to kind of conserve energy to keep their hopes alive, especially for the Independents going first in the Eastern Conference and continuing their USL success. Good ball in. Ball back in, collected by Will Pyle for the Eagles. Joel Johnson for the Independents has caused some problems going up on the right side of the defense for the Eagles.
He's showing some great athleticism here tonight.
Attacking on the left side.
Goal kick from Will Pyle. Clear from the Independents.
Good win by the Eagles. Macaulay King touches to Marco Micheletto in the midfield. Tries to play it back, but a little bit behind. Easily taken by Jorge and spread out wide to
Goal kick from Will Pyle.
It's a good touch by Jorge Buzo for the Eagles in the midfield to bring it down. Independents try to counterattack, played it up top to Caleb Calvert. You know, who's been really impressive this year starting out is Jaime Siage for the Eagles, number 32. Ball played in. Oh my goodness.
And a near goal for the Eagles.
Oh my goodness.
John Berner with another
Santi
save.
Moar takes it down to the end line and cuts it back to the 6 to a wide open Marco Micheletto. And it deflects off right to Tresor in an open goal, and he kicks it right back to the goalkeeper.
Two close goals here early in the first half for the Eagles.
Sure. Let's see if the Independents can get settled down and get a couple chances that have been better than the chances that they've gotten before so far in this game. As we're in the 23rd minute here in Charlotte, North Carolina at Charlotte Christian High School. We welcome you to the live feed for the Open Cup game between the Charlotte Independents and the Charlotte Eagles. It's tied 0-0 as the Eagles have had a couple chances and the Independents have had a couple chances, and so foul by Tresor and Boyu. Referee gives him a warning as well. It's good to hear Jack's Militia, the fan group for the Independents, out here tonight supporting their club.
Long ball here by the Eagles. Goalkeeper Will Pyle kicks it out of there. Good win for the Eagles.
Great ball. Oh my goodness, and it's missed by Marco Micheletto. Great ball by Santi Moar to the opposite side, switch of field. Tried to chip the goalkeeper, but
Mike, the Eagles
whiffed
are
it.
finding themselves with opportunities here to score.
Absolutely. But
And this is
at this level,
the Independents. Good save by Will Pyle. Good defense by the Eagles.
yep,
And they clear that
great
one out.
stuff from Wilford Williams there. Found himself beaten, but good slide tackle in the box. Confidence there from the defender, the left back for the Eagles. But like I was about to say, Steven, with a team like the Independents, you got to capitalize on those. You know, I've seen far too many teams, have many opportunities, but the opportunities don't count unless you put it in the back of the net. And so we'll see if the Eagles can put one in the back of the net, but otherwise the Independents are going to capitalize on the Eagles' mistakes, and they're going to like the score 0-0. So ball's going through the box, cleared by Douglas Oliveira. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Steven. And the Independents are now trying to pounce on the Eagles and trying to put one in the back of the net.
We've been seeing solid connections for the clears in the past few minutes for the Eagles.
Let's see if the Eagles use this opportunity to kind of slow it down. The Independents are pressuring. Plays it back to Macaulay King. Plays it all the way back to Will Pyle. Will Pyle sends it to Santi. Good touch by Santi. Macaulay plays it up. Tries to find Marco Micheletto. Deflection off the Eagles. Throw in Independence. If you're just joining us on the live feed, we are in Charlotte, North Carolina at Charlotte Christian High School. We are entering the 27th minute here in the Open Cup game against the Charlotte Independents and the Charlotte Eagles here. Beautiful weather in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's tied 0-0 as the Eagles have had chances, the Independents have chances, but nobody's put one in the back of the net so far. Some good saves by John Berner for the Independents. And the Independents just has not found that connection quite yet. It's a risky move by the goalkeeper for the Charlotte Eagles.
Play it high
as he comes all the way out, but does not kick it very far. And the Independents almost had a easy goal. All he had to do was just kick it in the back of the net, but just could not connect. Pulled it left. There's been some. The score could be around 2-2 right now, but it's tied 0-0. So,
like you said before, Mike, these opportunities don't matter unless you put the ball in the net. That's why we were scoreless here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Ball with Austin Yearwood for the Independents. Plays it out wide. It's a good idea on the little chip right there from the Independents. Brought down by Trey Storr for the Eagles. To throw into the Eagles. Chooses to play quickly. Plays it out to Marco Micheletto. Good flick. And
too much on that
field goal from Santi Moar for the Eagles.
Goal kick from John Berner. Good touch from number 10.
Jorge Herrera. It's good to see Jorge still playing and still playing at a really high level.
He has been great tonight.
He's definitely a vet in the USL. So it's good to see the Independents having his skills.
Well, Pyle kicks it over the top.
Ball played out wide to Macaulay King. Good switch of fields. Eagles are slowing it down, possessing it a little bit. Plays it up to Johnny Denton. It's a good combination from the Eagles going forward.
Good touch.
Unlucky. It's a good touch by Jaime Siaj. He's definitely a player to watch in this game. Good young talent. Marco Micheletto with the attack. Has a shot. And another
shot from Santi.
Santi Moore shot that goes high and wide.
A little bit too much. On that one, the Independents will find themselves with a goal kick here. Sean Berner motioning for his team to clear out.
Easily taken down by Wilford Williams to play back to Will Pyle.
Santi Moore slow to get up.
Independence played out wide. Overlap run for the Independents. Plays it in the box.
And a field goal here tonight from the Charlotte Independents. Will Pyle gives the goal kick here for the Eagles. At the top of the 32nd minute of the first half. Our score 0-0 here in Charlotte, North Carolina at Charlotte Christian School. Ball in midfield.
Yeah, ball played into Austin Yearwood. Diagonal ball's not on. Ball into the box. Tries to go over top, but Will Pyle's there for the Eagles.
Easy save for Will Pyle. Great leader for this Eagles team. Making sure his team is in position, communicating with them here tonight.
Good win by Tresor in the Up top, Independence play back to John Berner. Plays it simple to the outside. It's a good read by Santimore for the Eagles. As he attacks, Joel Johnson was forcing him into the inside as he was chasing him. Tries to switch it, but there's Joel Johnson again. But see if the Independents can capitalize on this. Macaulay King for the Eagles chasing. Referee signals Eagles throw in. Plays it quick.
Independents play it back into their goal, John Berner.
Handled well by Lewis Hilton for the Independents. He's been strong in the midfield. Just being patient. One thing I like about the Independents tonight is they've been patient working it through the back.
Really taking the time
with their 4 defenders. Lewis Hilton has been hanging out as the holding midfielder to work it through.
Really taking time to look and see what the Eagles have to offer there. See what they're being presented with.
Diagonal ball played by Austin Yearwood. Good shielding by Wilfred Williams for the Eagles. A botch kick from Wilfred Williams as he was trying to clear it. The Independents start working it through the back again.
Ball out wide.
Cross coming in the box. Let's see if the Independents can get ahead in it.
Good save
Will
from
Pyle
Will Pyle.
Gets his hands on it first as 2 Independents players were in the box for the mishandle.
Nice flick for the Charlotte. Good defense from the Charlotte Eagles.
Yeah, that's a good combination between Caleb Calvert and Jorge Herrera's. Caleb played a little flick through. Deflected shot. We're in the 38th minute here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Tied 0-0 between the Eagles and the Independents, both from Charlotte. The U.S. and PDL programs perspective. It's a good flick by the Independents to keep it alive. Joel Johnson on the outside crossing the box. Caleb Calvert gets ahead on it. Caleb Calvert cleared by the Eagles. The Independents wanted a handball there.
The Independents have been putting on the pressure, but the Eagles have been responding with their defense.
It's Caleb Calvert again. Offsides by the referee. Still a good idea from Caleb Calvert to play that through ball on the continuous run from number 20, Chris Hellman. So we're about to enter the 40th minute here in Charlotte, North Carolina. See if both teams, who's hungry enough to get one before or can find the connection to get one in the back of the net before.
Good touch there from the Eagles.
Good cutback by Jaime Siaj. He's caused us a lot of problems for the Independents in the midfield, as he's had some good touches on the ball. He's speedy, he's quick. Let's see if the Eagles can capitalize on this opportunity at the corner kick. Independents are definitely bigger bodies in there, so Eagles are definitely at a disadvantage through here on set pieces, but we'll see what the Eagles can do in this. Ball brought down by Douglas Oliveira. Mishandle though, deflected. Corner kick again to the Eagles.
We'll see if the Eagles can capitalize here.
While the Eagles are getting ready, it's just such a good atmosphere for Charlotte here tonight, as both the Charlotte clubs are playing against each other in the Open Cup. As both teams want to win, but it's good to see both fan bases come out. Oh, ball goes all the way through untouched, but cleared by the Independents. Throw into the Eagles.
We'll have a throw in here for the Eagles.
Macaulay King plays quick to Senti Moar.
Good touch from Macaulay King.
It's a good win by the Eagles. Things are getting a little bit chippy out there, but the referee gives warnings to both teams.
Good to see the referees out here tonight in Charlotte, North Carolina, doing a great job here so far. So we're at the top of the 41st minute. Here in the first half, we are scoreless here at Charlotte Christian School, looking to see which team will capitalize before the half.
See what the Eagles can do with this set piece. Ball put in the box. Long to the backside. Douglas Oliveira tries a side volley to the back right corner, but way too high.
That was a long possession by the Eagles. John Berner will kick it out of goal.
Good win for the Eagles. Referee signals a throw into the Independents. Ball in. Deflection. That was a close call from the Eagles as Douglas Oliveira tries to clear it, but it goes right off the top of his shoe, almost to the back post. And it goes wide, so the Eagles definitely
and a constant theme here tonight in
are lucky on that one.
Both teams is a lot of close calls, a lot of close goals.
And that's a goal from the Independents as it was deflected off Will Pyle and put back in.
We thought that was a save from Will Pyle, but the ball bounced right off of his hands. And Charlotte Independents capitalized on a deflected ball, and we are no longer scoreless here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Coming up on the top of the 44th minute.
And that's a goal by number 20, Chris Hellman,
Chris Hellman
for
has
the
brought
Independents.
this score
But
to
great save by Will
1-0.
Pyle on that, on the header. I think that was Caleb Calvert on the header. And what a great save by Will Pyle to get that. But just the Eagles defense was not in position to be the first one to the ball off the deflection, and the Independents are up 1-0 on the Charlotte Eagles in the Open Cup. It looks like the Independents are hungry for a second one right before the half. Good pass up to Marco Micheletto. Tries to trip it over for Tresor, but John Berner's there for the Independents. But like I said, Steven, with a team like the Independents, the Eagles should have capitalized on some of their opportunities. Otherwise, they're going to pay, and the Independents definitely made them pay before the half.
For sure here, Mike, and you can see the athleticism of the Independents here early, as you commented before. Seeing that physical ability of them having played 6 games already here. And the Eagles only having played 2. The Eagles have done a good job countering the onslaught of the Independents so far.
It's a good shield from Tresor. See if his speed.
A good shield from Tresor. Throwing for the Eagles. And 1 minute of stoppage time here.
Independents are pressing.
Charlotte,
Eagles are tracking back. Plays it out wide. Ball in the box. Handled well by Macaulay King. And the referee signals for halftime here in Charlotte, North Carolina, in the Open Cup game between the Charlotte Independents and the Charlotte Eagles, as the Independents are up 1-0. And so my highlight for the first half, Steven, is definitely the opportunities that the Eagles had and both the Independents had. And with a team like the Independents, you got to capitalize on your opportunities with the Eagles, and they just did not do that in the first half, and ultimately that paid the price for them, and the Independents put one in the back of the net. So hats off to Chris Hellman, number 20, as he scores for the Independents, as he scores a scrappy goal off a deflection from a header from Caleb Calvert. And it's good to see that the Independents capitalize on that opportunity and take advantage of that opportunity, and that's what the next level does. And so, what's your highlight from the first half?
Well, Mike, one interesting thing to point out is you add up all of these close goals here. We can have, together collectively with both teams, we can have 6 points on the board. Both teams with amazing opportunities early in the game, and like you said before, those opportunities do not matter unless you finish.
Absolutely. Yep. And so let's see what the Eagles, because they definitely had opportunities. They definitely had some key possession in the midfield. But the Independents the difference is, for me, is the Independents put one in the back of the net and the Eagles didn't. And so let's see if the Eagles have the stamina to continue on with the Independents, but ultimately let's see what both head coaches come out in the second half and see if they want to make any adjustments, see if they want to make any substitutions as well. Yeah. And let's just see if the Independents want to conserve a little bit too, and see if he makes any adjustments. And they probably want to come out early and put one in the back of the net so they can make those adjustments going forward and get some players some rest. But we'll see what head coach Dave Dixon for the Eagles, see if he wants to make any adjustments, see if he comes back out with the same squad, and see if the Eagles can put one in the back of the net early on as well and tie this game up and maybe get some momentum going on in the second half. But Anyways, here at halftime, the Charlotte Independents and the Charlotte Eagles are at halftime 1-0 leading the Independents. And so we will be back with you in about 10 minutes to commentate on the second half. But take time to rest, come back, enjoy the live feed, as it's a beautiful atmosphere here in Charlotte, North Carolina at Charlotte Christian High School. And let's see what we have in the second half. I'm expecting a brilliant second half from both teams, good pressure as both teams want to win for the Open Cup. And let's see what happens. And so we'll be back with you in about 10 minutes.
we'd like to welcome you back to the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup here in Charlotte, North Carolina, where the Charlotte Eagles are taking on the Charlotte Independents. The Independents are on top 1-2-0. I am joined by Mike Wazowski. What a first half we had. Close calls from both teams. The Independents, the only ones to come out with a ball in the back of the net.
Absolutely. And just to pick you guys up, if you guys are just joining us, the Eagles had plenty of chances, as the Charlotte Eagles are in the PDL and the Charlotte Independents are in the USL, and the Charlotte Independents are on their way to make it 7-game unbeaten streak right now, as they are playing well. But the Eagles definitely had opportunities to put one in the back of the net against the Independents, but unfortunately you have to put those in the back of the net, and the Independents capitalized and actually put one in the back of the net. Sounds simple, but at the end of the day, that's what counts in soccer. So let's see what the Eagles are made up in the second half, and see if the Independents can put their second one, as they want to put that second one and give a 2-goal cushion for themselves. Lewis Hilton with the pass. It's a good attempt by the Independents. Lewis Hilton to Caleb Calvert. Tries to play it wide to Joel Johnson.
Ball out. Joel Johnson will throw it in for the Independents.
Cut back.
Ball out wide to the left. Joel Johnson will try and keep the ball in play.
Ball in the box. Cleared by Douglas Oliveira. Trey Soar with the touch on the ball to try to bring it down for the Eagles and try to possess it. Ball out of bounds on the Independents. Eagles throw in. Played quickly by Wilfred Williams.
Good touch from Jaime.
Played up to Santi Moar for the Eagles. Cuts it back, plays it back to Macaulay King. Switch of fields to Marco Micheletto. Good touch. Brings it down. Ball put in the box. Header. Just wrong direction.
Ball out of play.
Looks like
the
throw
Eagles
in.
will throw it in.
Good turn outside for Joel Johnson, as he's a speedy defender on the left side, as he's caused some problems for the Eagles today. Played into Lewis Hilton for the Independents, as he is patient and surveys the field. Good win out of the air for the Eagles.
Whistle on the field.
Looks like the referee is going to call a foul on the Independents.
The Eagles get a free kick.
Ball played out to Jorge Herrera. Over the top, but Will Pile's there to collect it for the Eagles. Good read by Will Pile. Juan Sanchez with the leading pass to Macaulay King, but just a little bit too outside. Simple mistake for the Eagles there. Let's see if the Independents can take advantage.
Long ball for the Independents.
Yeah, easily handled by Wilford Williams for the Eagles. It's a good ball from Chris Hellman. Ball played out. Good save by Will Pyle.
Save by Will Pyle.
But goal to the Independents. It looks like number 10, Jorge Herrera, on the rebound for the Independents. But another great save by Will Pyle on the first shot, but a deflection off his hands again goes right to an Independence player and not to the Eagles player. And so the Independents increase their lead to 2-0 here in the Open Cup match.
2 goals in a similar fashion here for the Independents.
But it started a great ball from Chris Hellman, and number 2, Jack Metcalf, cut it back, and shot was taken and
good initial
deflected, and
from Will
Jorge
Pyle.
Herrera finished it off.
And the second shot.
Let's see if this counts the Eagles out
Found
right now.
its way
Let's see
back
what
into
they have down 2-0. It's a big difference between being down 1-0 and 2-0, and so Independents want to control it probably at this point and see if they could possess it a little bit more and still be an attack. Ball over top from Austin Yearwood. One out of the air by Juan Sanchez from the Eagles. Good touch by Chris Hellman to bring it down. Ball played out wide to Joel Johnson. Ball put in the box. Oh my goodness, and a sitter. Number 24, Norberto Ochoa, had another shot to put it up 3-0 for the Independents, but doesn't capitalize.
Ochoa puts too much on it. Ball closely goes over the crossbar.
There's a weird scenario there. I don't know what happened, but I don't know if the Will Pyle was anticipating the ball to have different spin on it, or wasn't expecting it to hit off the crossbar, but came off the crossbar sitting pretty for Ochoa, but doesn't capitalize. And I think everybody was shocked at that point, too, that it actually deflected off the crossbar. Could have easily been 3-0 Independents.
The Independents showing good ball control here, playing patiently.
And this is a big uphill climb for the Eagles, as the Independents were a tough test already, and now they're down 2-0 in this match.
Ball out of play. The Eagles will throw it in.
And it looks like the Independence players, their substitutes, are warming up a little bit, and let's see what the head coach, Mike Jeffries, wants to see if he wants to make any adjustments, maybe to conserve some players on the field now that they have a 2-goal cushion right now. But we've seen some crazy soccer so far, as we've commentated some games for the Eagles so far, and how the Myrtle Beach Mutiny came back on the Eagles 2 goals down as well. So don't count the Eagles out yet. Anything can happen in this game, as they had some chances in the first half. But right now, the Independents aren't letting any chances happen right now, as they're slowing down the game and possessing it and trying to find a little bit more slower progression up the field, make the Eagles a little bit more tired.
Ball in midfield. Patient game here from the Independents.
Still looking for clean opportunities. Ball over top. Too direct. And the referee says the Independents were offsides.
Offsides, the call. Free kick here for the Eagles.
Just looking on the field, it looks like the Independents are in control of this game.
As the substitutes for the Independents continue to warm up. Be interesting to see what adjustments their head coach chooses to make here in the second half. They usually come up at the top of the 55th minute here
Ball out of bounds. Eagles throw in.
in Charlotte, North Carolina. Independents on top, 2-0.
That's good defense from the Independents. Number 2, Metcalf. Foul called on the Eagles. Tresor. Tackles number 16, Appia. There's Caleb Calvert, the big body forward for the Independents. He's caused some problems for the Eagles today. It looks like the Independents are settling in a little bit, playing their way. Played out wide to Santi for the Eagles.
Substitutes for the Eagles begin to warm up as well. See if head coach Dave Dixon chooses to make any adjustments here in the second half. Cleared out by the Independents.
Turned by Marco Micheletto. Tries to play it over top to Tresor. Good handle off the chest. Plays it out wide to Santi.
Good touch from Santi.
Keeps it in. Plays it back to Macaulay King. Wants to put it in the box. Goes all the way to Wilford Williams. Plays it back into the box. A little bit too high for Tresor. That's class right there from Jorge, just to settle it down and play it back to the feet. Joel Johnson, but Joel Johnson quickly gives it away. Eagles possess it in the backfield. Good positioning by Douglas Oliveira for the Eagles. Plays it out wide to Macaulay King. See if the Eagles can settle down here and find one. Plays into Jaime Siage. He's been a dangerous player today for the, giving some problems for the Independents. Played back, just out of the reach for Santi. Ball played by Macaulay King to Santi Moar. It's a good combination between Joel Johnson, Chris Hellman, and Caleb Calvert for the Independents to settle the pace down. Plays it out wide to Metcalf. Ball finds Tresor, plays it quickly.
Clear out by the Independents.
It looks like a corner
Charlotte Independents
for the Charlotte Eagles.
The Eagles find themselves with a corner kick.
We have about 30 minutes left in this game. Ball played long on the corner kick on the backside, trying to find Douglas Oliveira.
The Eagles are looking to get back into this game. It is 2-0. The Independents on top here in Charlotte, North Carolina in the 60th minute. Mike, what will be the key for the Eagles to try and get back in this game in the second half?
Yeah, I think to continue to be scrappy. I think some of their chances were by playing to their youth a little bit and also playing scrappy, not letting the Independents control the game. But we'll see if they can have some of that mentality in the last 30. But from here, looking down at the game, it'll be interesting to just see if the Eagles have stamina for that as well. As the Eagles are only 3 games in, so they're still getting into shape, and even though you've been training probably. Some good footwork by Tresor and Boyu for the Eagles, but last touch was too long.
And Boyu showing his athleticism and skill here tonight.
Looks like it's going to be a goal kick for the Independents. Taken by John Berner. It's good to see John Berner out tonight for the Independents, as this is his first game back.
The Independents coming off a tie game on Wednesday against the Rochester Rhinos. Look to continue.
Steven, this is great for the city of Charlotte to have both Charlotte clubs playing against each other in the Open Cup. Good atmosphere tonight. A lot of fans out here. It's just good to see the popularity of soccer in Charlotte. And trying to build upon that as well, which is what both clubs want to do. They definitely want to be champions in building that popularity of soccer here in Charlotte.
As both clubs bought out.
Good turn by Tresor.
Here tonight.
Plays feet to Wilfred. Out of bounds, the referee says.
We're going to have a throw-in for the Charlotte Independents. Jack Merclaff will throw it in.
Good recognition of the pressure by Santi Mar.
And a good clear out from the Independents.
Plays it back to Lewis Hilton. He's pressured by Jaime Siaj.
This one stoppage of play here on the field. We have Eagles player down, and that is number 22, Douglas Oliveira.
Yeah, looks like he took a knee off from Jorge Herrera. It's quite unfortunate. Douglas Oliveira also took a hit.
Referee pulls out a yellow card.
In the last open game against Myrtle Beach Mutiny, as he went up for a header and got his head knocked again. So, in a matter of a week and a half, Douglas Oliveira's had some hard hits to the head.
Good to see him still on the field playing.
Absolutely. Both times he's gotten up, toughed it out, gotten back in there. And good thing they haven't been serious. You always want to see that. You never want to see a player down, injured.
as he walks that one off. That was quite a hit to the face. Charlotte Independence kick it in.
Good win by Wilford Williams to recognize, put himself in position of that. A little bit too long for the Eagles to handle. Played back. I really like watching Steven, number 14, Lewis Hilton for the Independents, as he's always thinking back, being patient there.
Quite a presence
tonight in the midfield.
Midfield here tonight, making good, strong touches, communicating well with his
Not the
teammates.
biggest guy out there, but definitely plays a big role. That was a good attempt by Trey Suarez. He took it down and cut it back. Tried to play Santi for the one-time shot, but deflected out for a corner kick for the Eagles. See if the Eagles can capitalize on this. As the Independents read that short corner that the Eagles are trying to go after.
Micheletto.
A yellow card is issued by the referee for not giving enough space, as the AR on the side was asking the Independents to move. I think it's Metcalf that was issued the yellow card. It's a ball about to be played in for the Eagles. See if the Eagles can capitalize on this one. So that's a goal kick given to the Independents, but kind of deflected through the box. But the Tresor and Boyu tried a short shot, but just didn't have the angle to cut it back into to give it a shot on goal. But well done by John Berner to cut off that angle.
John Berner directing his team here tonight will attempt the goal kick. Ball headed out of bounds. Charlotte Eagles, the Charlotte Independents will throw it in, number 2.
Yeah, with about 23 minutes left, as you could definitely tell, the Independents are trying to slow the game down and taking their time just on getting the throw-ins and setting up for goal kicks, setting up for set pieces, just different stuff that they're taking their time a little bit more, cushion that 2-0 lead.
What's on the field?
Yeah, foul on the Eagles.
The Independents.
It's a good switch of fields from Metcalf. Play back to Lewis Hilton. Ball won by Metcalf. Ball put back in the box on the backside. Cho is there. Just didn't have enough space given to get ahead on it. Looks like a throw into the Independents. Short throw into Ochoa. Ball put on the back of the box. Tries to go far back post, Bender, but kicks it way too high. But he definitely has the skill to do that.
Will Pyle will attempt the goal kick for the Eagles.
That's a good win by Jorge and Jaime. Siage for the Eagles. It's a deflection off the Independents on a clearance from Wilford Williams. Throw into the Eagles. That's what we're seeing right now. We're just going to assume it looks like Jared Odenbeck for the Eagles, number 26, is going to check into the game. We'll see who is going to come off as he's sliding on his jersey, sliding in his shin guards. So it's just a matter of time before he checks in. See what Dave Dixon's thinking about with that substitution. See if he wants to make adjustments that he sees might give him a couple opportunities more at goals.
Ball to play. Throw in from the Charlotte Independents.
Ball played over top. Jorge Herrera running on it, but collected easily by Will Pyle. Macaulay King with the shot. Goes way too high, but still a good run by Macaulay King.
Number 26, Jared Odenbeck.
Yeah, it looks like Douglas Oliveira is coming off for the Eagles, number 22, who took the hit to the head.
Jared Odenbeck, a graduate of Charlotte Christian School.
Yep, and it looks like the Eagles are going to go with 3 defenders in the back. Now and press in a little bit with Jared Odenbeck playing right in front of them. Playing that holding mid position.
Wake Forest University.
Chris Hellman with the ball. Plays it back to Metcalf. Good idea by Chris Hellman, but Metcalf just didn't read that. Didn't continue his run. But good idea from them. Good switch of fields. Ball played up, trying to find Trey Soar, but Joel Johnson's there. Or no, it looks like Austin Yearwood's there. Sorry about that mistake. Santi Moar with the ball, trying to take it down. Cut it back. No one was there for the Eagles, but deflected off an Independence player on the side, slide clearance. Ball played high into the box, but the Independents collect it with ease. John Berner. It's been much harder for the Eagles to have chances here in the second half. I feel like the Independents have made good adjustments going into the second half. If they scored early on in the second half to give a 2-goal cushion. Eagles have definitely had opportunities, but they've been much harder than in the first half.
The Independents definitely using these opportunities to run time off the clock here.
Good flick by Caleb Calvert. Well done by Santi Moar to settle it down. Fine feet. Goes all the way back to Jared Odenbeck. Switch of fields to Macaulay King. Just past Trey Soar. It's a great look by Macaulay King. Finding the gap.
John Berner will
with the punt.
punt it out.
Good win out of the air for the Eagles. Jared Odenbeck tried to flick it on, but gave it right back to the Independents. Jorge Herrera puts it back in the box on the back post. Put back in with the header, and it's deflected off the Eagles. It looks like Juan Sanchez got his foot on it, for a corner kick for the Independents, but the Independents look like Slogic, number 4, is entering the game. It looks like Joel Johnson is coming off for the Independents, and so definitely giving Joel Johnson, he definitely played well today. Hats off to him as he gave some pressure up top in the attack from the defensive spot, putting some balls into the box against the Eagles, and definitely gave opportunities for the Independents, but also played well. His athletic ability in the back. Ball in, cleared by the Eagles. That's a deflection off for a goal kick for the Eagles. It's definitely fun watching Joel Johnson play today. So he is off and Slogic's on. See what Slogic finishes out. Can he give a good campaign here in the last 15 minutes?
Good win by the Eagles.
Finds Jaime Siage. Independents want a foul on that. Wolfer Williams plays it up top to Marco Micheletto, but
whistle on the field.
It's definitely getting a little bit chippy out here towards the end. Both teams are saying that they want fouls called, but
Micheletto jumping in the air with his hands up, calling for the ball.
Santi Moar. Good slide tackle by Slogic. Corner kick to the Eagles.
We'll see if the Eagles can capitalize here on this corner kick. So we're approaching the 77th minute here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Ball in the box. It's another opportunity that the ball goes straight through the box. No Eagles player touches it. Throw in by Marco Micheletto. Good touch by Jared Odenbeck. Back to Macaulay King from Wolfer Williams. Ball over top. Marco Micheletto gets a head on it, but referee signals a goal kick.
Goal kick from John Braria. A great evening for soccer here at Charlotte Christian School. The Charlotte Independents up 2-0.
An update from earlier as Douglas Oliveira took a hit from a knee on accident through a slide tackle. It looks like he's getting ice on what is above his right eye, down on the trainer's table, and so it's probably just going to be a bruise or something. Hopefully it's not a concussion or anything like that.
Shot attempt no good for the Independents. Going wide right as Will Pyle will attempt a goal kick for the Eagles.
Good win from the Eagles.
A whistle here on the field. And a
yellow card, Marco Micheletto. Definitely, here, from my opinion, definitely deserved as he definitely went cleats up.
That yellow card was called on
High
number
foot.
10, Marco Micheletto.
Yeah, good thing that Independence player is okay. It's those are always dangerous tackles. It's good to see that the Independence is
keeping this game safe tonight for both teams.
Yeah, that was an obvious yellow.
A lot of good intense
ball
play.
Played in from Metcalf up over top.
Good shielding from Jared Odenbeck. The Independents are able to win that ball back. A clear out from the Eagles.
It's a good touch. Caleb Calvert with the one-time. Deflection off Wilford
Easy
Williams. Easily
save
saved from
for
Will Pyle.
Will Pyle. The shot came
Distributed
in
wide to
late.
Macaulay King. Ball played up to Trey Soar. Tries a turn but loses the possession. Good deflection by Jaime Siage. Looks like a substitution is going to be taking place on the field. Looks like Trey Soar and Boyu is coming off the field, and Jordan Smith Williams is coming on.
This will be the first time we see Jordan Smith Williams here tonight. Good play from Trey Soar and Boyu.
Yep.
Wreaking havoc here for the Independents. Some close scores from Trey Soar here tonight.
It's definitely good to see that the young guy, Trey Soar, definitely made an impact in this game. Definitely, probably looking back at this game when he heads into the locker room at the end of the game, he's probably going to think, man, I had a couple chances that I should have capitalized. And so it's always hard to look back at that. But he had some good stuff out there today. Good touches, good creativity. And maybe he move on to the next game and not be so hard on himself with the ones that he should have finished, because he's got a bright future, definitely. Jordan Smith Williams with the touch. Tries to distribute it wide to Jaime Siage. Good switch by Jorge Herrera. Definitely his veteran status, and knows he's very wise in his decision making. Ball played in. Caleb Calvert tries to chip it back in, but
Ball deflected out of bounds by the Eagles.
about 9 minutes left in this game. Depending on what the fourth official puts up for stoppage time.
Easy save from Will Pyle.
Good touch by Wilford Williams. Good flick. Played out wide to Jordan Smith Williams. Loses the ball though. Metcalf again plays strongly. Good defense. Caleb Calvert loses the ball for the Independents.
What's
like
on
a
the
yellow.
field? And a yellow card.
Caleb Calvert knew it for the Independents. Went in for a side tackle on Jared Odenbeck. Good sportsmanship from him to check on him. Didn't mean to do it, but knew he did it. Easy yellow handed by the referee. But good sportsmanship from Caleb Calvert. Lana, it's the Open Cup game between the Independents are up 2-0 on the Eagles, and the Eagles are pressing to try to get a couple goals in before to try to pull it into extra time. But the Independents are playing strong, and plays out wide. Ball put in the box. It's an easy clearance from the Independents. Marco Micheletto did it. Didn't get all that he wanted on that pass. Brought down by Will Pyle. Plays simple back to Juan Sanchez for the Eagles. Plays out wide to Wilford Williams. Switch of fields to Macaulay King. Had to work for that one. collect that. Ball played out wide to Marco Micheletto. That's a good tackle by Chris Hellman. Independence definitely thought that was their ball, but given to the Eagles, the referee says. Tried at the clearance for Ochoa.
Good win by the Eagles.
Way too high. Foul called on the Independence. Santi dribbling through 3 defenders, forcing the foul. He's had some good touches tonight from number 11 on the Eagles. Definitely wreaked some havoc a little bit.
Marco Micheletto will attempt the kick.
Easy clearance again from the Independence. Marcos looking to put it back in the box. Actually puts it out wide. Plays it in from Juan Sanchez, but there's John Berner there to easily wrap it up. So we're in the 87th minute here, Charlotte, North Carolina, as the Independents are up 2-0 on the Eagles. It's been a good Open Cup game, good atmosphere, good weather here in Charlotte, North Carolina, between the two Charlotte teams, two Charlotte clubs, the Charlotte Eagles out of the PDL and the Charlotte Independents out of the USL. And the Independents are having a good season so far, as they're on the brink of. And Will Pyle
plays it high
as it goes out for a throw-in, as that was a weird sort of events there. But that was a great ball over top by the Independents. Ball put in.
Also on the field. Free kick for the Eagles. The Eagles will look to try and score here before the end of this game, down 2-0.
Looks like a substitution. Estrada, number 11, is coming on. And it looks like Ochoa is coming off, number 24 for the Independents, as Ochoa had a couple chances in this game.
David Estrada coming on the field for the Independents. The first time we'll see him here tonight. Joining that Independence midfield. Thrown from the Independents.
But like I was saying, Steven, the Independents are on the brink of having a seven match unbeaten streak. As long as they don't give up 2 quick goals.
7 games, that's a lot of games
in the last couple minutes. Good touch by Macaulay King to bring that down. Unfortunate deflection. Off the clearance. Comes right back at him.
Independence with the ball out right, they cross.
And
Good
that's a header by the
save
Independents.
by
Good look by the
Will
Independents.
Pyle.
But Will Pyle was in position for that one. That would have been a nice header if he would have deflected it far back post. But it was a good idea to try to go near post on that.
Clearance goes out of bounds. Thrown here from the Eagles. As we approach the 90th minute here in Charlotte, North Carolina at Charlotte Christian School, the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. The Eagles are down 2-0.
It looks like the fourth official is about to raise how much stoppage time is going to be left. Let's see what he puts up.
Two minutes of extra time.
Yep, looks like 2 minutes. As this is probably not enough time for the Eagles to come back from this game. See if the Independents can finish strong and not let a goal in. Keep a clean shutout here for the Open Cup game.
Great fight here tonight from the Eagles.
Good touches by Estrada. Played all the way back to Burner.
As the Independents are looking to take time off of this clock here tonight.
It's a good flick to Metcalf on the outside. It's a deflection off the Eagles. Caleb Calvert had another chance at goal there. Took a shot, deflected off Juan Sanchez. Looks like Caleb Calvert's cramping up a little bit out on the field. Shouldn't be too long before the referee blows the whistle.
Got a late substitution here for the Charlotte Independents. Looks like number 21.
Out wide to Metcalf. Goes diagonal ball into the box. Independents get ahead on it, but collected by Will Pyle. It looks like the referee has signaled for the end of the match. The Charlotte Independents win the Open Cup match against the Charlotte Eagles 2-0. As it was a good night for soccer, as the Eagles were hoping to continue on in the Open Cup, but the Independents continue their streak of unbeaten matches, as they've had 4 wins and 2 ties, and now they've made it another win in that mix. So 5 wins and 2 ties in the last 7 games for the Independents. And so they're hitting a stride right now. 2nd place in the Eastern Conference of the USL. And so it's another good win for them, as they're happy to advance in the Open Cup, see how far they go. But overall, the Independents put 1 towards the end of the first half and then 1 early in the second half, as they capitalized on their chances that they had. The Eagles early on in the first half did not capitalize on their chances that they had. And in the second half, the Independents made adjustments and made it much harder for the Eagles to have clean open chances. And so what a great game for the Open Cup. The Eagles have ended their bid in the Open Cup, and the Independents move on as the Charlotte Independents win 2-0. So what a great night for soccer. Good for Charlotte. Everything about it was good. Seeing Jackson Militia come out for the Independents as well. Good weather and everything. So overall, it was a great night to watch and see, even though we're up in the booth. And what did you take away, Stephen?
Well, what a great night for soccer it was, as you said, Mike. A good test for the Charlotte Eagles going forward to see how they match up against extreme competition as they'll go on to their PDL season. And a good chance for the Charlotte Independents to work on their game and get ready for that USL season. And it's always good to see the 2 Charlotte clubs come together. Great atmosphere here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and great seeing all the fans out here and the enthusiasm from both sides. Overall,
Absolutely.
just great soccer here.
Yep, good fan atmosphere here overall, and just some of the players that definitely stood out tonight was definitely goalkeeper number 12, John Berner, is his first game back. Will Powell had a good game. I liked some plays from number 11, Santi, and number 32, Jaime Siage, in the back. And Tresor up top, even though he's young, he played well, had a couple chances, could have buried a couple, should have buried a couple, but hopefully throughout the season he continues to improve on that. And personally, number 14 midfielder Lewis Hilton for the Independents, I thought played well. Jorge Herrera played like a veteran, and Caleb Calvert gave problems for the Eagles as forward up there. And Chris Hellman definitely gave the Eagles problems there. So hats off to the Independents tonight as they played well. First half was a struggle for them trying to settle in, but got one before the half. Kind of shifted tides there as far as the play of the game between the two teams. And it's the Independents that end up on top here in Charlotte, North Carolina at Charlotte Christian High School, 2-0, as the Charlotte Independents advance in the Open Cup, and the Charlotte Eagles stop their bid as they lose to the Charlotte Independents. And so with that, we are about to sign off. We hope you enjoyed the game. Good soccer for Charlotte, North Carolina. Definitely a match to see as both clubs from Charlotte, Charlotte Eagles in the PDL and Charlotte Independents in the USL. We wish the best for both clubs as they advance, as the Eagles started off play undefeated in the PDL against the Carolina Dynamo, and the Independents want to continue their streak overall, as they have, like I said, a 7-match unbeaten streak. 5 wins, 2 ties in the last 7 games. So hats off to both teams as we exit the booth. As always, we enjoy commentating. We love watching good soccer, good weather here. My name's Mike Kozlowski, and I'm joined by Stephen Hart. Any last comments, Stephen?
Thank you guys so much for joining us for the second round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Great soccer from both teams tonight. Thank you for joining our broadcast.
Absolutely. And we sign off here from Charlotte, North Carolina at Charlotte Christian High School. We wish you would connect with us again on the next game on the live feed. And so check us out. Continue to sign on to the live feed at Charlotte Eagles YouTube page, and we look forward to chatting with you later. All right, we're signing off. Mike Kozlowski and
Stephen Hart. Have a great night.